You wake up tired, not just physically tired, something deeper. You scroll through your phone before your feet touch the floor. You check emails before breakfast. You sit in traffic, surrounded by thousands of people, and feel completely alone. By the time you reach the middle of the day, something feels off. Not broken, just wrong, like wearing shoes on the wrong feet. Nothing is acutely painful, but nothing feels quite right either. And the strange part, you have more than almost any human being who has ever lived. Safety, food, shelter, connection at your fingertips. So why does it feel like this? That question has an answer, and the answer begins about 300,000 years ago. Your brain did not evolve for the world you currently live in. It evolved for a world that no longer exists. And the friction you feel every single day, the low-level hum of unease, restlessness, dissatisfaction, may be the sound of an ancient mind colliding with a modern environment it was never designed for. This isn't pessimism. This is evolutionary biology. And understanding it might be the most useful thing you ever do. To understand why modern life feels psychologically wrong, you first have to understand what kind of environment your brain was actually built for. For the vast majority of human evolutionary history, roughly 95% of it, your ancestors lived in small, close-knit groups. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar at Oxford University spent decades studying the structure of human social groups. What he found was striking. Across cultures, across time, and across primate species, there appears to be a natural ceiling on how many meaningful social relationships a human brain can maintain simultaneously. That number is approximately 150. It became known as Dunbar's number. For your ancestors, those 150 people were everything. They were your food supply, your protection, your entire social world. You knew every single person in your group. You knew their history, their moods, their loyalties. You could read their facial expressions like a second language. And they could read yours. Now consider what happened next. Agriculture, cities, industry. The internet. In less than 10,000 years, a blink in evolutionary time. Your brain went from navigating a tribe of 150 familiar faces to navigating a world of 8 billion strangers. Your commute alone exposes you to more people than your ancestors would have encountered in an entire lifetime. And yet your brain is still running the same social software, still scanning for familiar faces, still checking for threats, still asking, where do I belong in this group? Except the group no longer exists. And that creates a deep, quiet psychological friction. Here is where it gets more interesting. Evolutionary psychologists John Tooby and Leda Cosmides at the University of California, Santa Barbara, introduced a powerful idea. They called it the concept of psychological adaptations. The human brain is not a blank slate. It is a collection of specialized systems. Systems built for specific problems your ancestors faced repeatedly over thousands of generations. Detecting social threats, monitoring status, tracking relationships, managing reputation, maintaining belonging. These systems worked brilliantly in the environment they evolved for. But here is the problem. Evolutionary adaptations lag behind environmental change. Sometimes by thousands of years, sometimes longer. Your ancestors' environment changed slowly. Your modern environment changed almost overnight. Your brain's threat detection system evolved in a world where danger meant a predator, a rival, or exclusion from the group. Today, that same system fires in traffic jams, during emails, during performance reviews, during social media scrolling. The alarm is going off, but there is no predator, and your brain doesn't fully understand the difference. Robert Sapolsky, the neuroendocrinologist at Stanford University, spent decades studying the relationship between stress and the human body. What he found was both illuminating and troubling. Other animals experience stress in short, intense bursts. A gazelle being chased by a lion. The chase ends. The stress response ends. The gazelle returns to grazing within minutes. Your brain can do something that almost no other animal brain can do. It can imagine the future. It can replay the past. It can simulate threats that don't exist yet. It can manufacture psychological stress without any physical danger being present at all. Your boss sends a short email with no explanation. Your brain begins generating threat scenarios. You lie awake at 3 a.m., reconstructing a conversation from 6 months ago. You feel a cold anxiety about a presentation that won't happen for 2 weeks. The gazelle cannot do this. For the gazelle, that inability is a limitation. For a tribal human navigating complex social dynamics, that predictive anxiety was a powerful advantage. It let your ancestors plan, prepare, anticipate conflict before it arrived. But in a modern environment with constant low-level social and professional pressures, that same system runs almost continuously. And that is exhausting in ways that sleep cannot fully fix. There is something else happening too. Something that cuts even deeper. Your brain evolved in an environment where effort and result were tightly connected. You hunted, you ate. You built. You had shelter. You helped someone. They helped you back. The feedback loop was immediate. Behavioral economist Daniel Kahneman at Princeton spent decades studying how the human mind evaluates experience and reward. One of his key insights was this: your brain is extremely sensitive to clear, direct signals of progress. In your ancestral environment, those signals were constant.
More meetings, more emails, and why do I even bother writing these reports if they just get thrown away?
A conflict resolved with a group member.
More meetings, more emails, and why do I even bother writing these reports if they just get thrown away?
Modern work often strips that away. You attend meetings about meetings. You send emails that generate more emails. You complete tasks that produce reports that nobody reads. The effort is real, but the feedback loop is broken. And your brain, which evolved to feel the satisfaction of direct progress, often receives nothing. Just more input, more tasks, more abstraction. The psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi at the University of Chicago spent his career studying what makes human beings feel genuinely engaged with life. He found that humans are most psychologically alive when they experience what he called flow, a state of deep absorption in a task with clear goals, clear feedback, and a difficulty level that just slightly exceeds current ability. Sound familiar? It should. That description matches almost perfectly the kind of work your ancestors did every day. Tracking an animal across terrain, crafting a tool from raw materials, navigating a social conflict within the group. The modern workplace, for all its convenience, often produces the opposite conditions. Unclear goals, delayed feedback, mismatched difficulty, constant interruption. Your brain is searching for flow, and modern environments often make it structurally difficult to find. But the deepest source of modern psychological friction may be this: belonging. For most of human history, loneliness was not a lifestyle condition. It was a survival emergency. Being excluded from your group, for any reason, dramatically reduced your chances of survival. Alone, you couldn't defend yourself, couldn't hunt large prey, couldn't recover from illness, couldn't raise children. Your brain learned to treat the threat of social
anterior cingulate
exclusion
cortex,
with the same urgency
responsible for the
as
distress
threat
of physical pain,
harm.
is also activated by the pain of social
Naomi
rejection.
Eisenberger at
The
UCLA
anterior cingulate
designed a
cortex,
series of
responsible for the
experiments to
distress
measure
of physical
what happens in
pain,
the brain
is
during social rejection. Her research showed that the same neural regions involved in processing physical pain become active when a person experiences social exclusion. The anterior cingulate cortex, the same region that lights up when you burn your hand. In simple terms, your brain treats being left out the same way it treats being hurt. Not metaphorically, neurologically, That is how seriously your brain takes belonging. Now consider modern life. You may live in a city of millions and not know your neighbor's name. You may have hundreds of online connections and feel genuinely unseen. You may spend 8 hours a day surrounded by colleagues who are mostly strangers. The people are everywhere, but the belonging is gone. And your brain, which evolved to treat the absence of belonging as an emergency, is quietly sounding an alarm that modern life has no clear way to silence. Here is the counterintuitive part. None of this means you are broken. None of this means modern life is simply bad. What it means is this: many of the feelings you experience as personal failures, the restlessness, the dissatisfaction, the low hum of something being wrong, are not character flaws. They are features of an extraordinarily sophisticated mind, running in an environment it never anticipated. Your anxiety is not weakness. It is a threat detection system designed for a world of predators and social politics, now firing at inbox notifications. Your loneliness is not a personal failure. It is a belonging system that evolved to maintain life-saving social bonds, now operating in a landscape of urban anonymity. Your inability to feel satisfied is not ingratitude. It is a reward system that evolved in a world of real scarcity, now surrounded by endless stimulation that never quite delivers what it promises. Understanding this does not solve the problem, but it reframes it completely. Because once you understand that your brain is an ancient instrument playing in a radically new concert hall, you stop asking, "What is wrong with me?" And you start asking, "What does my brain actually need?" Research by psychologist Martin Seligman at the University of Pennsylvania, who spent decades studying human well-being and what makes life feel meaningful, found that the conditions most consistently associated with genuine psychological flourishing are remarkably consistent. Close relationships, a sense of contribution, autonomy, progress toward meaningful goals. These are not new discoveries. They are a description of the environment your brain was built for. The ancient conditions for human psychological health. The conditions that modern life, for all its extraordinary achievements, often quietly removes. So when you wake up tomorrow morning already tired, already reaching for the phone, already bracing for the day ahead, remember this: that feeling is not a personal malfunction. That feeling is one of the most ancient things about you. It is your brain, shaped across hundreds of thousands of years, noticing the distance between the world it evolved for and the world it actually woke up in. And in a strange way, that feeling is a kind of signal, not a diagnosis, a direction toward the things your brain has always needed, toward the people, the purpose, and the belonging that your nervous system has been quietly searching for all along.